Here's the logic they use to justify abortion. They're going to say, well, it's not a human. I'm sorry, that's not true. That's what your book's going to tell you, that it's not a human, it's just a fish. It has gill slits, it's a fish. That was proven wrong in 1874. It's not true, okay? It is a human the instant it's conceived. So that's not good logic to have an abortion. They're going to say, well, it's not viable. That viable means it can live on its own. And they're going to say it's not viable, so it can't live on its own. Well, you're not viable either, stark naked on the North Pole, you know. How long would you live on your own, stark naked on the North Pole? Not too long, right? Just because it's not viable doesn't mean we have the right to kill it. I know kids that are 25 years old that still come home and borrow money from Dad. Does that mean we have the right to kill them? Hey, Dad, can I borrow some money? You ought to be able to live on your own by now, son. Justifiable homicide. I mean, think about this logic. They're going to say, well, the child may be unwanted. Well, there's already kids that are born that are unwanted. Should we kill all of them? My parents moved 4 times when I was growing up, but I found them every time. Just because it's unwanted. I mean, come on. Think about it. They're going to say, well, the child may be a financial burden. Every kid's a financial burden. Show me one that's not. I forget what the numbers are now, but to raise a kid from birth up until about 18 is like $50,000 or something. It's unbelievable what it costs. They're going to say the child may be from rape or incest. Okay, well, that's horrible. But why kill the child? Why not kill the rapist? Why do we always have to kill the child? Why don't we abort the mother once in a while? Why do we not even think of these things? Woman's raped, she's pregnant, okay, kill the baby. Well, no, kill the rapist. See, if you kill the rapist and then adopt out the baby, everybody's happy. That's the best possible situation. If you kill the baby, then the mother, the rest of her life, is going to mourn. There's going to be something in her heart, something in her conscience bothering her. She killed her baby. Now, many good people have had abortions, and they love God, and it's not the unpardonable sin. And I don't want to make you feel, like God can't use you. He can use you. Half the Bible is written by murderers. Moses was a murderer. God used him. King David was an adulterer and a murderer. God used him in a great way. But you don't want to justify this. Abortion is murder, plain and simple. I was talking in this part of my seminar in a church one time, and this medical doctor was there in the crowd, and he got kind of upset. He said, Mr. Hovind, suppose a woman is raped and gets pregnant. Should she be required to carry that baby? I said, well, sir, that's a horrible scenario, but it's a good question. Let me ask you a question. Jesus often answered a question with a question. I said, sir, if a woman is raped and gets pregnant and has the baby, 5 years later, she's holding her 5-year-old, trying to cook supper. The kid's been bad all day. Her mind flashes back to this horrible experience. How did I get this kid anyway? And she loses control for a few minutes, pulls out the steak knife, and kills her 5-year-old. Is it murder? Of course, right? Okay, what if she would have killed it 5 months after it was born? Would that have been murder? I said to the doctor, I said, what if she would have killed it 5 minutes after it was born? Would that be murder? He got real quiet. He could see where I was going. I said, what if she killed it 5 minutes before it was born? Would that be murder? Yep. Rape's horrible. The rapist ought to be executed, not the child. We're killing the wrong one. Okay, we got it all scrambled up. If they say we want free, pro-choice, pro-choice. Okay, let's really choose. Let's pass a law in Florida. You can do this in every state. If a woman goes to have an abortion, the nurse will have a jar full of marbles. We're going to have a lottery. This will be fair, okay? We're going to put one marble in there that says baby, one that says mother, and one that says father. We will pick a marble to see who dies. Let's put one more in there for doctor, and another one for governor, and put several in there for president, okay? How many abortions would we have then? 0. Did you know every politician, without exception, every politician that voted for abortion has already been born? Think about that. Every politician has already been born. Let's let the unborn children vote. What do you think they'll say about abortion? They're going to say, well, abortion's legal. That doesn't mean it's right. Just because something is legal in man's eyes doesn't mean it's legal and right in God's eyes.